Donald Trump was confronted about using Hitler's language to talk about immigrants, mainly that they aren't human and that they're poisoning the blood of our country. Now, this was on a Fox News interview where there are millions, if not tens of millions, of Republicans watching this program.
When you talk about illegal migrants, and it's a huge crisis at the border, and after 3 years, obviously the Democrats bear the primary responsibility, why do you use words like vermin and poisoning of the blood? The press, as you know, immediately reacts to that by saying, well, that's the kind of language that Hitler and Mussolini used.
Well, that's what they say. I didn't know that, but that's what they say. Because our country is being poisoned. Look, we have, and we can be nice about it. We can talk about, oh, I want to be politically correct. But we have people coming in from prisons and jails, long-term murderers, people with sentences that the rest of their lives they're going to spend in some jail in some country that many people have never even heard of. They're all being released into our country. These are murderers. These are people at the highest level of crime. And then you have mental institutions and insane asylums. I always say the difference is one is Silence of the Lamb. You know, it's a mental institution on steroids, okay? And those mental institutions and insane asylums are being emptied out into the United States. And then you have terrorists pouring in at levels that we have never seen before. This is a horrible thing. Only bad is going to come of it. A friend of yours, Sean Hannity, said, it's 100% certain that there'll be big problems here very soon. He means an attack.
I know there's a lot of concern about that.
And he does say that, and I say, you happen to be right.
But here's my theory, that you use over-the-top, sometimes inflammatory language, because that drives the media debate. Did Trump go too far? And then you get the next several news cycles talking about your issue and, you know, whether your language was too much or wasn't enough. Any thought that I might be right on that?
It also gets people thinking about very important issues, that if you don't use certain rhetoric, if you don't use certain words that maybe are not very nice words, nothing will happen. That did stir debate, but it happens to be true.
And have we heard any backlash? I haven't seen anything from a Republican in the hours after this condemning that language. So there you go. Fox News, Republicans, MAGA, the GOP, they're good with Hitler. They're good with it. Yeah, that's where we're at. Not only does he deny, but then he doubles down and tries to justify using Nazi language to talk about migrants, the thing that built our country. My goodness, Donald Trump, trying to steer himself away from crashing into prison, and he crashes into becoming the world's worst human being. I mean, who in their right mind says, I'm going to look up to Hitler? He also was caught on a hot mic looking up to Kim Jong-un. Here it is.
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
they talked about that yesterday with Mike Pompeo?
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he is the strong head. Don't let anyone think anything different.
Right.
He speaks and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
We know that Donald Trump loves the fascism. He loves Putin. He loves Xi Jinping. He loves Kim Jong-un. But he doesn't like democracy. And he doesn't like law and order. And he wants to be president again. Now, Nancy Pelosi came out and absolutely eviscerated Trump in only a way that Pelosi could.
U.S. intelligence agencies are reportedly preparing to share classified briefings with him. You're, of course, a former ranking member of the Intelligence Committee, Speaker of the House. Should Donald Trump receive intelligence briefings?
You know, I have 30 years of intelligence experience in the Congress. This information is very important, and it is important for it not to be shared. So I would hope they would get some commitment from him, as they do from all of us when we get briefed, that they understand the importance of this information and that it not be shared. The experience has not been positive with him, but hopefully those advising him would say, grow up, live up to your responsibilities. Don't share this with the Russian foreign minister, as he did in the Oval Office before. But we just have to win this election because he's even predicting a bloodbath. What does that mean? He's going to exact a bloodbath? There's something wrong here. How respectful I am of the American people and their goodness. But how much more do they have to see from him to understand that this isn't what our country is about? Praising Hitler, praising the Russians, honestly, I mean, condemning our soldiers for losing or dying in war or being captured in war. He said, what's wrong with Russia? They defeated Hitler. What about the millions of Americans who risked or gave their lives? What about him saying that soldiers buried in Europe, he didn't want to visit them because they were losers? There's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. So I just say, with all the respect in the world for voters and their right to make their decision, weigh these equities. How much are you concerned about more women or women having the right to choose or LGBT people having the right to their lives that you would vote for him?
Okay.
You wouldn't even allow him in your house, much less in the White House. So
And that's Pelosi really just talking to women there, saying, look, you don't want a guy who talks about bloodbaths and who mimics Nazis in your house, do you? Like you're gonna have him over for cocktails at your place? I don't think so. I don't want to talk to that guy. I don't want to talk to anybody who votes for that guy or who still supports that guy. I don't want you anywhere near my house, my family, anywhere. I don't even really want you in the country, but we got to deal with you because we're Americans after all. And we don't get intimidated. And we don't get scared. And we're not going to get pushed around by this wannabe dictator. It's not who we are. Thanks for watching all the way through. My name is Brendan with Reflect. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you get notified when my next video is out. If you're on Facebook, be sure to like and follow the page so that you get my videos in your timeline. If you want to really help the channel, you can sign up to become a member. Well, you'll get some cool perks and giveaways along the way here. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.